The memo appeared overnight, stapled to every cubicle and water cooler. Effective immediately, all employees must arrive at least 15 minutes before their scheduled start time to allow for proper preparation and transition into the workday, read Mr. Henderson's signature in bold blue ink. I stared at it, coffee in hand, remembering how last Tuesday's traffic delay had made me precisely 5 minutes late, the first time in 2 years. Henderson, our new manager with a watch collection worth more than my car, had apparently decided to make an example of me during his first week. The next day, Henderson stood at the entrance, clipboard in hand, a triumphant smile on his face. "Welcome to the new era of accountability," he announced as we filed past. "From now on, you'll sign in here noting your exact arrival time to the second." He produced a sheet with columns for date, time, and initials. "Any deviation from your scheduled start time will be documented and may result in corrective action." I watched as employees grumbled but complied, Henderson's satisfaction growing with each signature. "This isn't about punishment," he said, adjusting his tie. "It's about respect for the company, for your colleagues, and for the precious minutes of the workday." For the next 2 weeks, I became Henderson's most devoted disciple. I arrived exactly 15 minutes early every morning, my clock and time documented to the second. I even started tracking Henderson's own arrival habits, noting that he consistently arrived 7 minutes late on Mondays and Wednesdays. Each morning, I'd place my perfectly timed timesheet on his desk with a cheerful, "Good morning, Mr. Henderson." His smile would tighten slightly as he accepted it. Other employees began to notice, some following my lead with their own meticulous timekeeping. Henderson's clipboard grew heavier each day, the columns filling with precise timestamps that would eventually tell a very different story than the one he intended. On Henderson's 1-month anniversary, I scheduled a meeting with HR and the regional director. I presented my findings. Henderson had arrived late 32 times in those 60 working days, while I and several other employees had maintained perfect punctuality according to his new standards. The spreadsheet showed his average arrival time was 6 minutes past his scheduled start, with a spike in lateness on days following his late nights at the bar across the street. Henderson's face turned the color of the fire exit signs as I concluded. I believe the policy should apply equally to all management. 2 days later, the memo disappeared. Henderson was reassigned to a special projects position that required no morning presence. I still arrive 15 minutes early, but now it's by choice, not mandate. The peace that comes from watching unreasonable